Hi, I'm Lord Thuban, here to discuss the highly controversial ebook Galactic Fellow 216. Not only is this book fulfill Mayan prophecy, but it is synonymous to Mayan prophecy, as Samson is to strength, as Solomon is to wisdom, as Da Vinci is to the Renaissance. So is Galactic Fellow 216 to Mayan prophecy. I must admit that the world is actually lucky to be getting this book, because Mr. Proper, who is the author and publisher of the book, was originally of the mindset that this book would not be released to the world. That's right. After all, this material hasn't been known for thousands of years, so the mindset was, why all of a sudden does this material need to be released to the world? If it wasn't known for all this time, maybe it needed to remain a secret. Anyhow, thanks to me, the world is going to get this material. And when I say that nobody knows this stuff, I mean nobody. That means not before us and not currently. Your brightest minds don't know this stuff here in Galactic Fellow 216. This means, but is not limited to your think tanks, your research fellows, your high IQ societies, your colleges, universities. Fields Medal doesn't know about this. Nobel doesn't know about this stuff. Even your doctors, your physicists, your scientists, mathematicians, numerologists, gurus, even geniuses and savants, they don't know this stuff unless they read the book. Only Mr. Proper knows this stuff. So there you have it. Nobody today knows it. Let's go back in time. The Egyptians didn't know this stuff. Archimedes and the Greeks didn't know it. The Romans, the Chinese, the Mongols, the Indians, not even the Mayans, as much as they knew, were of the fullness. They did not know this stuff completely. Probably Solomon, with all of his God-given wisdom, did not know this stuff. The only person who would have known this stuff was Jesus Christ. And let's just say, for argument's sake, that I'm wrong and some previous group or person didn't know this stuff. Well, they were either unwilling or unable to get this stuff to the masses. But Mr. Proper, thanks to me, is going to do what has never been done before, at least not in our lifetime, and that is level the playing field and distribute this knowledge to the masses without respect to race, color, creed, religion, sex, you name it. But before I get into all that, I would like to describe the distribution of knowledge today. And I would describe that today as a big pyramid like this. And at the top of that pyramid, you have this select group, this inner circle, if you will, that has this knowledge, or whatever type of knowledge it is we're talking about. And that knowledge is pure, it's raw, it's uncut, powerful, and potent. But as that knowledge trickles down to the masses, it's edited, it's filtered, it's diluted, changed, propagandized, politicized, to where it's now just a fraction of what it originally was. That's right, it's now became a toothless tiger, a ballless bull, a finless fish, a wingless bird. Okay, maybe I got a little carried away for a second there with my analogies, invented a couple words, but you at least get what I'm saying. And that sucks that things have to get that bad. But I'm here to tell you today that with this book, it doesn't have to be that way. Imagine that. And you don't have to be some special person. You don't have to belong to some high society club or group. You don't have to have some fancy title linked to your name. You don't have to have some high-level security clearance. And if you read this book, you're not going to go to jail for reading it. At least not in my country. Imagine that. And you don't have to have a bunch of degrees to where you now have more letters after your name than in your name. Imagine that you're a PH this, an MA that, a BS this, you know. A lot of times that stuff's a lot of BS in my opinion. But anyhow, all you have to do is be willing to buy this book and you'll be more enlightened and informed than those bright minds that I just described if they fail to get this book. That's right. If they fail, as smart as they are, to get their Galactic Fellow 216 update, they will become outdated, antiquated, and basically Neanderthal in their thinking. Imagine that. I may look Neanderthal, but these people will be thinking Neanderthal. You can't go around, if you're some smart person, preaching that the world is flat when it's round. I've got the Galileo looking glass, and I can prove otherwise. And they'll either get on board or they'll get left behind. You know, if you don't believe me, let's look at history. I'm a big fight fan of all sorts, and let's compare boxing to MMA. Back in the day, a lot of these boxing analysts used to describe MMA and its athletes as some type of sideshow, or they were some type of circus freak. And anyhow, I mean, I realize that the sport has evolved a lot since then, but now that MMA is considered the standard and it is basically taken over, these MMA athletes are considered some of the finest in the world. So there you have, there's a perfect analogy of how times could change and you got to get with the program. You know, when you get this book, it'll blow your mind. You'll learn what the McNavigon is. You'll learn and what it does. You'll also learn that 12/21 wasn't just a date that ended the Mayan calendar, but it was a number of real significance. And I do believe that to a certain degree, the Mayans did know this. Furthermore, the images in this book, and there's 441 of them, imagine that, 441, and they are more beautiful than a blushing bride. They are more curvaceous than a big-bootied Atlanta dancer. Why? Well, I've been told that blushing brides used to be almost everywhere, and well, big-bootied Atlanta dancers are unfortunately just in Atlanta. But you have never, ever seen anything as beautiful and as curvaceous as this. And I'll show you what a real diamond looks like. That means a 10. You want to see what numerical perfection is? You'll see it in this book. And let me tell you, not even Einstein, with his theory of relativity and all he knew about space and physics, was up to date on this stuff. Imagine that. But you will be. This book is going to be the standard of great things. That's right. It is the magnus opus of physics, math, science, aesthetics, and who knows what else. And that's just the way it is. And today, you know, a logical question, if you're a smart person, as most of you are, saying, well, Lord Thuban, if this book is so important, why haven't I heard about it? Why hasn't the academic world acknowledged this stuff? Well, let me tell you. My only logical reason is Mayan prophecy. That's right. You've heard that a great dragon was going to spew water all over the world. And, well, let me tell you something. Today, from the north, the south, the east, the west, in countries, in continents, all over the world, a great dragon is spewing water all over the world. And what does that mean? Literally a dragon? No. But symbolically, there is not water, but knowledge going all over the world. Imagine with all the technology today, if that dragon was spewing water, we couldn't catch all of its great raindrops. And let me tell you, with all the knowledge and information and data out there today, it can't contain all the knowledge in this book. All right, let me also emphasize that this is not a book about religion, sorcery, witchcraft, or magic. It has nothing to do with that whatsoever. So anyhow, get the book, Galactic Fellow 216. Thank you for your time. I'm Lord Thuban.